everyone, I'm Miss Heather and I'm the Children's Specialist at the Tewksbury Public Library. Welcome to a Maker Craft. Today we are going to be making fire-breathing dragons. You will need some glue. Liquid glue works best. You will need a ruler, a pair of scissors, and a pencil. You will need a piece of paper. It does not have to be green. I just picked green because it's my favorite color. You will need some pom-poms. 2 is good, but 4 is better, and even better if they're slightly different sizes. You will also need a tube. This could be from our old roll of paper towels or toilet paper. You'll need a pair of googly eyes, and you'll need some crepe paper or what sometimes people call streamers. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is measure out how much paper you'll need to cover up your paper towel or toilet paper tube. So I'm just going to mark the height of my tube, and then I'm going to test and see how much I need to cover my whole roll. So I think I need about this much. So I can draw a straight line with my ruler right up from where I drew my mark, and that will help you cut nice straight lines. And if you don't have a paper towel tube or a toilet paper tube, you can also just use the paper, but the tube is going to make it more sturdy. So now that I've got my square, I can cut that out. And this is going to be very important because before we glue it onto the tube, we are going to glue on all of the flames. So get your crepe paper, your streamers. If you don't have something like this, you could also use tissue paper, like for wrapping presents. But get some pieces of this crepe paper. You want it to be at least 8 inches long. That will make the effect look really nice. So here's about 8 inches. So try to get at least that much of streamers, and you can rip it or cut it. I think I might cut mine. If you rip it, it might look really nice and make a more flame-like effect, which would be really cool for your dragon. So get a few pieces of each of the colors you have. I recommend orange, red, and yellow. Anything that makes you think flames. I am going to cut 2 of each color for now to see how many I will need. If you're using streamers or crepe paper like me, you're going to want to cut them in half. You can either do that by ripping or cutting, and that is going to help make the streamers a little thinner and make it look extra cool when they shoot out of your dragon's mouth. So again, I'm going to cut mine because that's what works for me. But if you'd rather rip them, go right ahead. Like I mentioned before, it makes a really cool effect on the crepe paper or tissue paper or even streamers that you are using. So now I have my streamers and my piece of paper. I'm going to check to make sure which edge is the long edge of the paper. And I'm going to hold my paper like this. And then I'm going to take my glue stick and put some glue right down along the edge. And then I will glue down my streamers or my flames right along that edge. And you can do that however you might like to. You can do a pattern, you can do all the colors together, so you can do all the reds together, all the yellows together, all the oranges together. Whatever you think is going to look extra cool, because these are the flames that will shoot out of your dragon's mouth. So I got my glue right along the bottom, and I'm just going to start putting my streamers right on top of that glue. And you want to make sure that you have enough of your streamer on there so that there's enough flame for the glue to stick to. And you can go right ahead. Start gluing those on there. You can overlap them if you'd like. Or you can space them out. So get all your flames right on to one edge of your paper and meet me right back here. Now that you have all of your flames glued on, you can see I overlapped. I did a second layer and I just put some extra glue right on top of the flames that were already there and put another layer of flames on. So you can see all of those flames that I have. I recommend waiting about 5 minutes for this to dry and for the flames to really stick to the paper. So give it about 5 minutes, and then once your 5 minutes has passed, cover this whole thing with glue, because we are going to put this right on top of the tube, just like that. So give it 5 minutes, and then meet me right back here for some more gluing. Now that some time has passed, it's time to use our glue. Get that all over this paper so we can put that right on our tube. If you are not using a tube and you're just using the paper, you can put a line of glue on one side, and then you can stick that to the other side to make a tube. But because I have a tube, I'm going to stick my paper and flames right to that. I'm just getting some glue on. And because we put the flames on the paper that we are then sticking to the tube, it's going to help the flames to be more sturdy and to stay on your dragon better. So glue, glue, glue. And get your tube ready. Line it up with the edge. And you can even just roll your tube right around your paper. Just like this. And make sure you press it down all around. You really want that glue to stick. And just to make it extra safe, I'm going to add some tape right on that seam. And that will really help to make sure that it's not going anywhere. All right. So at this point, if you would like to, you can draw scales on your dragon. That would make it look really cool because dragons usually look like they have scaly skin. So now that your tube is all ready to go, this is going to be like your dragon's nose, and this here is like its mouth where the flames would shoot out of. So if you would like to, you can draw some scales right on here to be like the dragon's skin. But if you don't want to, that's okay. You can move right on to the next step with me. And that is where your pom-poms come in. If you don't have pom-poms, that's okay. What you can do is you can use a quarter or something similar in size and trace that right onto your extra paper and make 2 of those circles. And then what you want to do is draw on a tab or a rectangle right on the bottom of your circle, and then you would cut out all around the circle and that rectangle. Having this tab at the bottom here is going to help you be able to glue this onto the tube for your dragon. So you would just cut out the rectangle, go right around for the circle, and you can bend the rectangle back, so you just have the circle. And then you can put some glue right on here, and that way it'll stand right up on your tube because you have that little tab. It's like a platform that will help to stick that right on the outside there for your dragon. So you can choose to do some paper circles, or you can choose to use some pom-poms. If you're using pom-poms, usually liquid glue works a little bit better to get those stuck on. So I'm going to use some liquid glue, and these are going to be where the eyes are going to go. So get these on your tube on one end. And again, they don't have to be the same color as the paper that's on your tube. It could be a totally new color, because dragons can be more than one color. They can be however you want them to look. So we're getting one pom-pom stuck on the end, and we'll get the other one stuck on as well. And I'm just going to press and hold my pom-pom on there to make sure it will really stick. So press and hold and get both of your pom-poms stuck on, and then meet me right back here. Next up, we are going to put the eyes on. So if you have googly eyes, those will go right on the front of your pom-poms. And if you don't have googly eyes, you could make some eyes out of paper and glue that right onto the paper that you made, or you can glue the paper onto the pom-pom as well. So your choice there on how you would like to make your eyes. I have some googly eyes, so I'm going to get my glue stuck on there. Again, liquid glue helps to stick things to pom-poms. And then I am going to press, press, press to get that eyeball stuck on, so it'll go right in its spot. So you can see I've got one on there. Now I've got to get my glue out again for the other side, because I want my dragon to be able to see where it's going. All right, and get that second eye right stuck on in its spot. Press, press, press. All right, check it out. Now that dragon can really see. If you have an extra pair of pom-poms, ones that might even be slightly smaller in size, you can use those on the front as nostrils, because dragons have really big nostrils sometimes. They really like to smell. So again, I'm going to use my liquid glue to stick some nostrils right onto my dragon. And I'm just going to put those right on the front. And then I'm going to press, press, press right into place. And again, pom-poms can be kind of tricky. If they don't stick the first time around, like mine just escaped, you can try again. And usually they'll stick a little bit better the next time. All right, now you have the basis on how to make a fire-breathing dragon. It doesn't have to look anything like mine does. It could have different colors. You could draw some scales on the skin. You could add horns or ridges, anything to make it your own and make it look extra cool. And, of course, for the fire-breathing part, you can blow into this end and the flames will all dance. Let's try it out. All right, so today we made some fire-breathing dragons for our Maker Craft. Tune in next Friday for our last Maker Craft of the summer. We're going to be making cool castanets. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you check out the other videos on our page and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks, bye.